Hello, beautiful people. It's Sinderfam. Welcome to the channel. Today, we're back again with another video from the Whatever podcast. Let's check it out.
Minimum yearly income, I guess, for your
said-
future wife, then, I suppose.
Okay.
Unless you want a husband?
No.
Okay.
I said none because it was referring to men. Doesn't matter.
Does it?
Her,
Okay.
her income doesn't matter.
Okay.
If it was a man, would it matter?
But yeah, you did say earlier, like, well, I have higher standards for men.
He would be able. He would have to be able to.
Would you be-
not afford? How do I word this? To afford my lifestyle, not because I want him to take care of me, but for example, if I like to travel, I want him to also be able to afford to travel.
If it's a number, income number, just give me a number.
I don't have a number.
Wait, I have a question. Because you said earlier, like, the guy has to, like, for you to date a guy, he has to meet much higher standards than when it comes to you dating a woman. So, like, would you say, in terms of the income thing, you'd be straight for pay? Instead of gay for pay, you'd be straight for pay?
No.
Like a mill? Like, would you be
Like-
straight for pay?
Like would I be with
Like,
a man?
would you go
just
straight for a
because of his-
billionaire?
No.
Like, that's some, like, your life is good if you're with a
So
billionaire.
you would discard a male billionaire who loves you as opposed to a woman with nothing who's just beautiful who loves you?
Yeah. Sure.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
It's for the love. It's for the love, you know? It's for love. What did you say for minimum yearly income?
What I said was, I think, like an average median salary for like the area I choose to be in.
You said more than median salary
More
for
than,
area.
yeah. And I
But
feel like
more could mean like
it's
crazy.
honestly pretty subjective. To me, a number does not matter. I think what matters is, realistically for me, I want to be able to comfortably assume a lifestyle that includes not living in poverty or lower class. I don't want food stamps. I'm sorry. I don't judge. I accept people like that romantically, but for me personally, I want to live above the average median salary of the demographic of where I choose to be.
Where do you live?
I live here.
Oh, you're in Santa Barbara.
I'm in Santa
Okay.
Barbara, but I was
So,
living.
median. Here, let's look.
Yeah,
it up.
let's look it up.
All right. Median. Hold on. Median salary, Santa Barbara. Oops. One sec. The median salary, the average annual salary.
This is for marriage, by the way, not for. I can
It's
get.
75,000.
Yeah.
The average annual salary in Santa. Oh, that's. Is there a difference between? I'm like, R slurred. Is there a difference between median and average?
No,
Yes.
right? Is
It's
there?
both median. It's,
Am I sorry, guys? I'm
There's a difference.
I dropped out of
Median
I want
was
to say when I
kindergarten.
used to find the median in
number
school,
in
you take all the numbers and find
Okay,
the
the
average.
average.
And then the average.
Yeah, it's average.
Same.
Whatever, average.
Like the average.
75,000.
Yeah,
in Santa
that I
Barbara.
feel like
So like 80,000 is what like
for
an extra
marriage, for
5K.
me to settle down and feel really confident and I met my person. That's yeah.
Sure. Okay. What about you?
I know I left it blank, but that doesn't mean none. Just more than I make, honestly, so I can be provided for.
How much do you make? If
Um,
do you make six figures?
yes.
Of course, the modern society or the society is telling women or teaches women to be to sort out for men who are providers, which is okay. But majority of the time, are the modern women also willing to do their part? Majority of the time is no. So the other lady is bi. So she would choose a broke lady who loves her, who is beautiful, over a rich man or a wealthy man or a wealthy billionaire who is who would want her to be straight. Uh, but she wants a man that makes money, that earns a really good amount. It's not making sense. The story is not clear. But again, if we're being honest, many people have these unrealistic dating expectations, which is not making sense. And we get it. It's everybody's preference or it's people's preferences and all of that. But let's look at it. Do you think if men were to say, oh, they want a woman who makes this, who makes that, who makes this and that, do you think women would sit comfortably and say it is the man's preference, or they would start naming the man names? I'm just asking for somebody at the back. Maybe it's different for women because obviously women have their dating standards. It is okay, or dating preference. It is okay, but they bash a man when a man states his own dating preference. Is not making sense.
Doesn't mean none. Just more than I make, honestly, so I can be
Sure.
provided for.
How much do you make? If
Um,
do you make 6 figures?
yes.
So like, would 150K be sufficient for you?
I would want more, probably, honestly.
To,
I would want him to double it, honestly, because I want to be able to not work someday.
Wait, you'd want to what?
Not work someday.
Oh, okay.
Because I want to have a family.
Yeah. So what do you think? 250K? Is that?
Yeah, I guess for nowadays, that seems...
That's still a little low, though, right?
I guess, is that upper middle class here? I don't know. I mean...
what about you?
I said 400,000. I know I'm gonna get shit for that.
Hold on.
I'm
did.
into it.
Yep.
Maybe I should have my...
Good for you. That's right.
No, and this is why.
Yeah.
And this is why because
400,000.
I was married, and this I can go off of my previous experience, and then I make 200. So I would expect him to obviously make more than me. I mean, I don't know. That's kind of like
Wait, your previous husband was making how much?
400.
He was making, what was he doing?
He was the CEO of his own company. I don't want to.
Okay.
Yeah. But he passed. So
yeah.
But yeah. So and I make 200.
Was it an age gap relationship? Wait, how old were you when you dated? You were.
When I got married, I was like 22. 22. Yeah.
So was he like 25 or something? Or?
He was actually younger than me. He was 20. So we were. It's
But
2 years.
20 years old, making $400,000 a year.
Yeah, he did. He did e-commerce. He did a lot of different
Oh,
stuff.
okay,
So,
all right.
Yeah.
So
I just would like to keep that kind of what I'm used to. You know, kind of like just the normal kind of what I'm used to. Nothing that I'm changing.
wait, you guys are
anything.
married? Okay.
Yeah. I don't want to change anything that I'm already kind of have the swing of things that I have
Wait,
going on.
did you like take over his business when he?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Huh,
But I helped him build it too.
Oh,
So
okay.
it was like, yeah.
Sure. So 400. You want a guy who earns 400,000 bare minimum.
Just off of, like I said, previous of what I'm kind of used to.
But I mean, have you, since your husband, like this guy you went on a date with?
Yeah, it's kind of the same. The dating pool is the same. So
Okay.
I'm not doing anything that's
Sure. All right.
abnormal.
What about you?
As long as we're stable and not like on edge of with bills and stuff, I'm completely fine. And as long as I'm compatible with the person.
Okay. And then, well, that's it for that one. What about you? How much would you want your girlfriend to make?
Man, I don't care about none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? As long as she can take care of herself without me, like if she already got her own place, she already got her own car, she already got a career, obviously she knows what she's doing for herself. I feel like 2 heads are better than 1. I feel like we put so much value on what somebody earned, and then we complain when we get in these weird situations. It's like anybody can lose their job any day. I want you to care about me, and there's no price on that. So as long as because I feel like if we're both in it, we both can contribute, because if you go half and I go half, not saying it has to be 50-50, but I feel like that gives the woman equity in the situation. Because a lot of women just want to be taken care of, but when he breaks up with you and he take all that money, you can't say shit because you don't have no equity in nothing. You don't pay for shit. So I'd rather a woman who, I'll just take her as she is, as long as she treats me well. Because these days, we probably can get rich together. 2 heads are better than 1. A woman can get through a door that I can't get through. I can get through a door that she can't get through. So why can't we combine ourselves together? Me personally, when I'm evaluating a mate, I don't think about money. I think about how she makes me feel, because love will inspire you to make money. Real connection will inspire you to do more for each other. So I don't care about that.
Agree 1,000%.
So I guess moving off of that one, going into my notes here, Hannah, right?
Yeah.
Hannah, perhaps this ties back into the previous convo. I promise we won't linger on it though.
Okay.
You said that, and so in this, I asked you to circle what you disagree with. So the question or the statement was, men are physically stronger than women. You disagreed on that. Is that correct?
What was the wait?
So it says men are physically stronger than women, and you circled it, which means you disagree.
I think I got confused with that one.
Okay.
Yeah. I do agree that a lot of times that they're stronger, but I do think that there's also women. I thought I put like a little, maybe I put like
You
a
wrote,
dash.
well, there was the one above it. You did say, I don't know, but maybe it was the one above it, which is 20.
I don't know.
In any case, if that was
Well, hearing from everything that they've said. So now let's even talk about the other lady who makes fun, who says she wants a guy who makes 400K a year because her ex or her late ex makes that same amount, so she wants to maintain it. Now this is the problem, and this is the thing. Let's be honest, many ladies love to mirror their previous relationship. They carry it along, or sometimes they mimic relationship because they heard it from somebody or somewhere or whatever. But let's say, judging from what she said, she wants to maintain that, and she wants to keep it on that same level with a man that makes 400K a year. Now, this is the thing with many ladies' real expectation, dating expectation. Majority of the time, for being honest, it is very unrealistic. It's not. We're not saying it's not true or it's not possible or it cannot be possible, but it's very unrealistic. And let's just be honest. There is also a thin line between gold digging and marrying for money. And based on what we see today, many women would prefer to marry for money. You hear them say, "Oh, they, it's better to cry in a Lamborghini than on a bicycle." Yes, it is, but I mean, think of the possible case, because most of the time some of these women just want to relax and be taken care of. They want a comfortable life, where they don't want to do nothing. And majority of the time, lots of them don't want to upend or keep the end of their bargain, but they want a provider. They want a man that makes money, six-figure guy, what you name it. And then at the end of the day, if things go south, then they come out to complain, to say, "Oh, this and that." But at the end, but majority of the time, you know what you're doing and you know where you're going into or what you're getting into. But of course, lots of them, they are just after money, for being honest. And exactly what the dude said, and it's pretty straight fact. Many times men really don't care how much you make. They care about, okay, keep the end of your bargain, let us work together, working together. But obviously, it's evident that many of these women, they are not ready to work together with their man, or they are not ready. We're not saying saying like we know them, but based on what we've heard, majority of them don't want to work with a man. They just want the man to give them that comfortable life where they don't have to lack for want for nothing or whatever, or they just want comfort in the marriage. It doesn't work like that. Marriage takes a lot of work, and I don't think lots of people really understand the concept of what marriage is and the financial impact in marriage. We're not saying you should not marry somebody who has money, or we're not saying you should not marry the love of your life if the person eventually have money. But we're saying that men expectation of marriage, or expectation in marriage, or dating expectations and women's are not the same. Let's look at it this way. If a man were to say, "Oh, he wants a woman who earns the exact same as him, or slightly close to him," what would you think of that? Because based on what I know, many women will bash that man and will call him all sorts of name and know whatnot. And this is the thing where many women say, "Oh, they don't want to marry down, or they don't want to date down." Is not making sense. But they will expect a man to marry down or date down. It doesn't even make sense. It's evident that men and women's expectation in marriage and relationship is different, completely and entirely different. There is this story trending on social media about a woman who said she married a monster. She's a relationship coach or femininity coach, or you name it. She married for money, and she married a man that was way, way, way above what she earns. Actually, she married a wealthy man, more like class or hypergamy, you name it, the kind of class. She eventually married for money, but it so turned out that the marriage did not go as expected, or go the way she expected it to be. And this is the thing, many women don't even think of the possible consequences of gold digging or marrying for money. But I mean, many of them don't even care. We're not saying that it's possible for all women, or all women gonna have that same experience, but we're just talking about, listen, if your love for money supersedes your love for the man or the marriage or whatever, then you have to rethink it, because most of the time there are possible consequences that could go wrong, or things that could go wrong. Because don't even think that the man you're getting married to is a stupid man, or he doesn't know what he's doing. Because especially if your intent is to marry for money, or your intent is gold digging because you want to have that comfortable life, so you sort out for only wealthy people, or only people who have got money. Listen, lots of people can smell when they are close to a user, or can smell when they are married to a user. But the thing is, many women, or many of these women, don't even think of the consequences. They rather prefer consequences. To them, they think that if a man is giving them money, or if they marry a wealthy man, that means is a provider. Listen, wealth does not equate being a provider, but of course, lots of these women don't even know. All they care about is money, the man being the provider, the six-figure guy, handsome, tall, you name it. That's all they care about, nothing else. And like they say, it's always better, or it's better to cry in a Lamborghini than on a bicycle. But I would really love your thoughts in the comments down below. You can share the useful information you think might be really helpful. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe on all of that stuff. And until next time, see you in the next video.